Well, I got through the log, top and bottom, 20-inch bar. So from approximately 20 inches in here, there's going to be about a 10-inch strip where the two cuts, there's a gap with solid wood holding it together. I'm going to put my 25-inch bar on, and I'll come back tomorrow and finish up. I'm through for the day. I'm going to go home and eat. Yeah, I'm bored with this story already. How did I get this chainsaw? You may want to know. Well, I'll leave out the sad part of the story, but I found myself without a chainsaw, and I told Larry to be looking for one. And he happened to be at a flea market down at Shepherdsville. They've got a big one down there, and he was prowling the aisles, and before the show even opened, he noticed that a guy had this saw with the original steel 25-inch bar sitting in back. He hadn't even put it out yet. Larry started talking to him about it, and the guy said that he owned a farm, and he had some helpers. He had some ranch hands or whatever you call them. And they told him that this saw wasn't worth a bleep, and he needed to just get rid of it. Okay, fair play. This is a saw that at the time would have gone for just a shade under $1,000. I don't know why it wouldn't work. You know, you figure you pay that kind of coin for a nice pro-level saw that it would work. Well, Larry, having been in the tree business for decades, says, well, why don't you let me take a look at it? And he picked it up and liked what he saw and said, how much you want for it? The guy said, I got to have X number of dollars for it. And Larry put it down and walked away. And he goes, where are you going? Where are you going? And they hammered out a deal. Well, this actually, let me walk that back a bit. Larry called me and said, you want me to buy this saw for you? And he told me what it was and what he could get it for. And I said, hell yeah, I get it. So he got it. But he's talking to the guy, and the guy said, yeah, it doesn't work worth a damn well. Larry could tell immediately why it wouldn't cut. The chain was on backwards, which is a thing. I've seen it happen before. I don't think I've ever done it. I mean, if I had, I would fess up to it because it's not a big deal. But I was working at a guy's farm with my sawmill, and he had the same phenomenon. He's going, this saw's just not cutting right. He goes, what? Can you look at this for me? I looked at it and said, yeah, your chain's on backwards. And he goes, oh man, you must think I'm a real fool. And I said, no, it happens, you know, no big deal. But anyway, that's why this saw wouldn't cut worth a damn, and why that guy sold it to Larry for a pretty reasonable price. I tell you, I'm tickled. But Larry paid for it, brought it home. I gave Larry what he paid for it plus $50, and it's a great saw. I mean, it's a bit big for what I use most of the time. It's a 77cc chainsaw. That's a pretty big one. Now my Chinese Husqvarna clone. This is my main saw, and it's a 70cc chainsaw. So that's sort of upper mid-range as far as saw size goes. This one here, that's a pretty big one. I mean, granted, it's not like the Steel, the 661. That's I believe it's a 90cc chainsaw. And of course, some of the bigger ones, they really get some displacement. But of course, all these guys with their hot rods, they take the cylinder off and machine it and get the squish down and compression up and all the rest. Believe me, I would love to do on this saw because it could use a little bit of pepping up. I think it's for the amount of displacement it has, it should really pop, but it could use a few more RPMs too. It's a slow running saw. It's all relative, you know. But anyway, that's my long dissertation on my chainsaw that Larry got me. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Hit that like button, please. I'm begging you, practically. Not really. Be of good cheer, and thanks for watching.